Black Panther. Must feel good. Sitting here comfortable. What do you want? Your secrets. Your weapons. I'ma burn it all. This ends today. Who need a hero? Black Panther. You need a hero.
Yo, what's going on, peeps? Welcome back. Yes, back to another video. And as you can tell by the title and the intro to this video, I'm bringing you my Black Panther review. So I've been anticipating this movie for a very long time. I was so hyped to see it during the premiere. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So Black Panther is taking place right after the events of Civil War, such as the other Phase 3 Marvel movies, such as Ant-Man and the Wasp, Black Panther, Thor Ragnarok, and it's giving the viewer a little bit of what's going on after the events of Civil War. So kind of the conflict that they have to face before they face off against Thanos, how they either become stronger, how they develop, and I like the pacing of how all the movies are coming out. So without spoiling too much of the movie, it starts off with the events from Civil War with the death of T'Chaka, who is Black Panther's father, and the Black Panther before him. And it kind of shows the beginning of T'Challa being crowned the new king of Wakanda. For that to happen, certain things have to happen. So a ceremonial fight has to take place to govern who gets to become king. It's not just passed down from generation. Second of all, you have to eat something called the heart-shaped herb. In comics, it's what grants the wielder the powers of the Black Panther, which is increased strength, stamina, speed, reflexes, and that's all governed by the Panther goddess Bass. So T'Challa ends up going through all the trials, meeting all the requirements. He becomes a new king, but while the midst of all this is happening, there's a man by the name of Eric Killmonger, who was, by all means, another heir to the throne, or a potential heir to the throne. And he's been working with a man named Ulysses Claw, which was also in Age of Ultron. He's known for stealing vibranium, and he's an arms dealer. In the comics, he's a main threat to Black Panther and the people of Wakanda. And in the comics, he was also the person that ended up killing T'Chaka. Obviously, things are a little bit different from the comic and the movie, but they do a good job with tying in both and to kind of keep things flowing in things that could actually make sense and continuity, to keep things somewhat canon. But both Eric Killmonger and Ulysses Claw have two completely different agendas. And in the movie, you'll see exactly what I mean, or if you've already seen it, then you already know exactly what happened. But translating back to the events of what's going on in Wakanda, we see Black Panther get a whole bunch of new toys, man. I'm talking about a brand new suit that has these vibranium nanites that retract into this necklace that he wears. It absorbs kinetic energy, and he can actually disperse it back depending on how hard and the force it was governed to his body, and he can push it all the way back. It's super badass.
Hey, look at your suit. You've been taking bullets, charging it up with kinetic energy.
Put around the truck. Ready, go!
And not only that, though, I mean, he has like bulletproof cars, these little bead things that turn into like an EMP surge whenever they hit something that's electronic. I mean, this movie's super badass. And in the duration of the movie, when we see him in South Korea, back to Wakanda, when he's using all these new gadgets, I mean, he gets just super good with them. And eventually he has to fight against his greatest threat, his rival, Eric Killmonger. And while we're on the topic of Eric Killmonger, I do want to kind of send praise to Michael B. Jordan within his role, because at first I was a little bit skeptical on if he would actually do a good job as the role of that character, just because of kind of a difference in stature and more or less attitude, you know. Michael B. Jordan's a kind of laid back, chill dude. But in this movie, I mean, he was aggressive, you know, not bad. And he did a good job with making us, in a way, kind of root for him. If I'm watching a movie and the antagonist is kind of just a black and white, hey, I'm the bad guy, what are you gonna do about it? You know, then it's not interesting, you know, because then if that villain is just an asshole, period, then okay, they can kill him, you know, they can just defeat him. I wouldn't really care. But when you have a villain that has a backstory that can almost make this person the hero, it kind of makes you torn in the middle. You know, like the only difference though that kind of makes it different is that his ideals compared to T'Challa and him are completely on a different spectrum. T'Challa's all about peace, world order, more or less trying to help others. Eric Killmonger, I mean, his entire life, all he's done is killing. You know, he was a soldier. That's what he was trained to do. He's only fueled by rage, and there's a lot of backstory that goes behind him that I'm not going to share because, again, I don't want to spoil nothing. That kind of governs him to get these ideas and to more or less describe why he is the way that he is. And Eric Killmonger, I mean, he wants to more or less conquer the world, you know, by unconventional means, yes, but again, it's kind of more or less just like any other Marvel villain. And with that being said, I thought it was a great movie. For a review, I think I'd give it about like 9 or 10 out of 10. And if you haven't seen it already, go get a ticket right now, hop in the theater. If you have seen it, let me know down in the comments what you did think about it, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. And also, if you are going to be going to theaters, please stay. It's a Marvel movie. Just wait till the post-credit scenes. There's 2 of them. All right, that's the only thing I'm going to spoil. There's 2 after-scene credits that are good. I will say that. But it does tie into what's going to be happening in Infinity War. And we're going to see a reoccurring character that hasn't been in the picture for a little bit of some time. I think you guys will like it. But with that being said, y'all have a good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Y'all take care.